Proper risk management. US dollar versus the Singapore dollar. Lot size, stop loss, take profit, points, margin, and time frame. Now, in actually risking in the market or applying proper risk management, you must understand the first thing you must understand is the value of these points. The value of these points. Now, when we look here, we are on a US dollar versus the Singapore dollar. We have a TP 10.43 US dollar, and the number of points is 1374, which is 1,374 points. And when we look below here, we have a buy 0.01, which is the lot size, and stop loss is 3.14 US dollar, 408 points. Now, how do we actually set stop loss? We have another tutorial on this channel whereby we will be able to use these features on the MetaTrader 5 and MetaTrader 4. We don't have these features. We use a different way of actually setting stop loss. We are on the section charts. We have a trade section whereby we'll be able to monitor our account and how we actually trading. Now, this is actually part 2. I forgot to mention that, but this is actually part 2 of proper risk management. Once you do understand the value of these points, you will understand almost everything that you need to do in actually risking, in actually trading. Now, the simplest format for you to risk money, since you see that we are actually expecting to profit this amount of money, and this is where we made a buy. Below here, we have a stop loss of 108 points, and you can see we are risking $3. This is the money that we are risking on a trade. Now, you can buy using your phone. This is what we have here. We go to section trade. On section trade, this is the trade that we took of a buy. And I want to explain some of the things that you need to actually understand on this part 2, which is I want to make it much easier and straightforward. Now, whenever we trade, we have a balance, which means in this case, let's say we have $100 as a balance. If we look here, this is the balance that we have here. We have $44.40. Why is it $40? Because the account base is in dollars. Now, if you have $100, and the risk, how do you determine a risk? First thing, you must understand a strategy. We have another tutorial on this channel. What strategy are you using? Are you using a demand area, or are you using a supply area? Now, this is a demand area, and where do you set a stop loss? You set a stop loss by using a time frame, and this time frame is in this way. You use a smaller time frame. And how do you determine which time frame to use the stop loss if you're getting an entry? We start from 30 minutes to 1 minute. This is time frame specifically for having a stop loss or setting a stop loss. You do not use higher time frames such as 1 hour, 4 hours to set a stop loss, because the stop loss will be far away and you'll actually risk a lot of money. So you actually lower the risk by using a smaller time frame. And how do you actually be sure and accurate that yes, indeed, the stop loss is actually something that you should use in the smaller time frame? You use this smaller time frame because of the backtested data. Backtested, that means that you went through the past history data to actually check the area of demand or area of supply above. I'll actually make sure that you end this lesson understanding what you need to do. So when we set a stop loss, you can set it below candlesticks, you can set it below using indicators, you can set it below, but that will be actually a random way of setting a stop loss. We have another tutorial on the channel. That's actually something that you should watch and understand. Now, we took this trade and we have this indicator. Why we have this indicator? So that we can be able to determine randomly where we should place a stop loss. But the issue with the stop loss is that if you're trading expensive assets, you'll be risking too much money if right now you want to place a stop loss. Let's say in this case, we're trading on 1 minute, which is the lowest time frame that we can use when we're trading. So right now, if we tap here once and we see this feature over here, we use SL and we move it below here, you can see we are risking 0.62. So it is saying in this case you are risking or you're using an expensive asset. How are you going to handle that? An indicator will actually affect you in a different assets, such as the synthetic indexes, assets, and other assets that you might actually be interested in trading. Now, I want to give you a real example of what's happening here, so that you get to understand. As we mentioned the number of points, because by now I trust you to understand the number of points. We have another tutorial on this channel so that you can learn more about how to actually calculate the number of points. When we look here, we want to actually now touch on the topic of margin. Remember, the $100 that I've mentioned, we just mentioned just now, it's so that you know that if right now you were to risk $2 in this $100, how many chances do you have for actually trading the market opening 0.01? If you take the 2 divided to if you take 100 divided by 2, you will get what? You will get 50 chance, which means you can open 50 trades of 0.01. But if you actually apply proper risk management, that means that you will actually take one trade, take one trade, take one trade, take one trade. You will not take many trades per just an analysis that you do. In this case, if you analyze the market, you find that we have a demand area here. You'll just take one trade just like I did here. And next, if this one failed, you'll take another one, maybe let's say next week, until you must make sure that you survive many times so that you can be able to see the end of the day, right? Or maybe that would confuse you, but make sure that you do not risk your money in just one setup or entry that you actually see. You take your entries and you take it with just one trade. Now we are touching the topic of margin because that's important, and I've explained the easiest way for you to actually take a risk, which is you can have $100, risk 2 and have 50 chances, and this 2 will be equivalent to just a few number of points to actually risk the 2. In this case, if right now we're using this Euro Great versus the Great British Pound, we use this feature here. We just put the stop loss below here, and risking 2 will just, you see now where we actually set the stop loss as it's far away from the actually, we are much safer to not actually lose on this trade. So now let's actually touch the topic of the margin. You can see right now what's happening here. Let's touch the topic of the margin. The margin here, it's money that is needed from that the broker needs for you to have in order for you to have 0.01. But that doesn't mean that the money is fixed. This money that is on margin is not fixed. It's changing because of the asset that you're trading, the lot size that you're using, the price that is actually you are buying at and you are selling at. Remember, whenever we trade here, we have what we call a spread. And remember, when you buy or sell, you start at a loss. So it's important to use a trusted broker, the best brokers that I recommend. You can check the link in the description below or in the comment section below. If you're watching this video on TikTok, please check it in the bio. If you're watching it in other social media networks, the links will be provided in the comment section below. If you don't have any of those links for you to actually register with those brokers, please reach out to me so that I can assist you in a much better way. Now, when we look at here, minusing the 2 prices, we are left with a spread, and so you do not want to pay a higher spread. And once you do understand the point, that means that these are the points, these are the number of points, so that's why you'll start at a loss. And another thing that you must note as points goes, it's what you must know and in trading, so that I can explain something much better. It's this what you call a swap, this fee that you will pay. This fee will pay based on the lot size that you have and also holding a trade overnight, and it's actually counted in number of points. So you can be able to count those small fees, but they're not much affecting your account as in terms of how much money you'll be making and how much money you will not be making. But they will actually eat up your profit if right now you hold the trades overnight or over the weekend, over the weeks or month. They will actually eat up your profit. So you must actually take into account. And the most important part or critical part is the margin. Margin is money that is not meant to be lost. It's money that is not meant to be lost. If right now we have a balance here, you can see the balance of 44. The balance of 44, we take 10 from the balance of 34, right? And we'll be left with whatever amount we are left with, given that we are not losing here. Because if right now we go to a loss, then that means that the loss will be actually counted here. The loss will be counted here. So this money is actually money that is the money that the broker holds for you to open these buys here. All right, it is margin, and is highly influenced by leverage. Some of you might not know leverage, and some of you might not know how leverage works. And leverage is actually dynamic, which means asset to asset is not the same. So you can see here the leverage is actually changing due to if right now you're trading forex measures, or you're trading metals, which is including the gold and all that, or you're trading crypto. Now the leverage might be something that you actually don't know at this moment, but I want you to note something. Here's the broker that I'm using. You can see this is 81 pound. Now the leverage I'm using 1:1000. Why I'm using 1:1000? It's so that I have less money that is needed here and I have more free margin. But that doesn't mean that I'm not still risking the 2 here. If right now I'm buying, I'm still sticking to the 2. I do not open many trades because of now I have more free margin. That simply means that I'm actually, the broker is allowing me more room to actually to risk to risk more points, because if right now they need more money, you'll be left with only a small free margin, and the margin level here, as margin level goes, will be small. So that will actually fast trigger what we call a margin call, and soon enough you'll be stopped out, but you'll be protected, which means you will actually, if right now you did not set a stop loss, then you'll be protected by the broker itself by actually closing your trade automatically. Because if right now you're losing 50% of equity and your leverage is actually say 1:200, 1:300, depending on what broker you're using, so your trade will be closed automatically, and you will have some other issues, such as if right now you're looking to maybe make a buy or sell. We can actually remove this indicator because it's not necessary for us to have it. If right now, let's say in this case we want to open a higher lot size, such in this case we want to open 2 lot size, and then we just click on buy, you'll be able to see down below you'll have this issue because of less leverage. So the best way is to have the high leverage, but having high leverage, you must understand the number of points. Once you do understand the number of points, you must also understand that when we are buying or you're selling, the lot size, the more you add it, the more money you'll be risking, and the less you add, the less you have lot size or number of position that you opened, the less money that you will be risking. So make sure that you take that into account so that you actually note what you need to do, because some traders out there, they're using what we call the free margin to actually continue trading, which means if right now they have less in balance but they have more equity and free margin is more, they continue to add trades, and that is another strategy that is so risky for you to use. In this case, let me show you here. We have something like this so that they can actually give you some demonstration on what's happening here. You can see these trades over here. Let's say in this case we're risking this one in this trade. Let's say together we are risking $2, $2, $2, $2, $2, $2. If we count this and say that this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and this is 12, right? In this balance, we need to at least have more than $12. Are we together? Because right now you can see we have $5, and this is very risky to take such trades. It's better to take one trade, because if right now we check, here we have 2.89 and here we have 2.88, which is this 2.89 is minus from the 5.77, and it's leaving out with equity of 2.88, and that's very dangerous, because then margin we need 3.46, which means now the margin is more than what is there on the equity, what is there as a temporal balance. So when we risk, we must take into account how many trades we are supposed to trade and also the number of points, because right now, if you trade without understanding the spread, without understanding that we have charges that are happening overnight, and the trades can actually go south. And some of you might not know the lot size, what's happening here. The lot size here is actually different to asset. So to take that into account too. The risk management or proper risk management is not an easy task, but just to keep it simple, you risk 2 trades using a smaller time frame, higher time frame for analysis, and you make sure that if right now you risk 2, you have $100, which is not an issue. So if you're having a small account, just make sure that you lower the lot size, and you look for an asset that has lower spread, such as the Euro USD. You don't trade assets that they have higher spreads. You trade assets that they have lower spread, because if you trade assets that they do have a higher spread, then you will actually lose a lot of money trying to make money. So make it a point that you do not actually trade in that way. So I wanted to share with you something that maybe this will actually change the way you trade. You can see here on part 1, I shared that here on this trades I was risking $14 here. Given that I'm having a $25 account, and you can see free margin here. I already have more money that is free that I can use. Some brokers, they allow you to still continue use this free margin, given that whichever asset that they prefer, or whichever asset that they've said that you can still open more trades with the free margin. Now the margin here is 16, which is, if right now you minus the 25, if you minus the 25, let's actually do the calculations together, and so that you can actually see what's happening here. If right now we minus the 25, we say $25.10 pound, because this is a pound account. We minus the 16.63, right? You see now we're left with 8.47, which is the money that is left in actually trading, which was in free margin when I opened these trades, right? So meaning that if right now I have that 8.47, I'm still gonna risk this amount of money. I'm still gonna risk this amount of money of 14, which means the risk is not more than the margin itself. The risk is not more than the margin itself that I'm taking, that I actually took, which means it's 14, and here I have what? I have 16 as a margin, the money that is needed. But then some of you might still be confused. You might need lessons, you might need mentorship lessons, and you can actually reach out to me so that I can actually guide you in a better way, in a much easier way for you to actually understand this, because these calculations are not that difficult to actually work with. It's just that you need to understand the number of points, and once you understand the number of points with the lot size base, with the lot size, not lot size base, with the lot size, then you are good to go, and also where to set the stop loss. That way you go. Thank you.